Hello everybody. Now this little bundle of joy is the reason why I did not post for the majority of last year. So please consider this a formal apology from us. I don't take you for granted. I appreciate you for being here, for listening to what I have to say. And so I took that long break because first of all, I did not want to show my pregnancy in real time. And secondly, I was very photosensitive. I hear it happens to most or a lot of pregnant women. And so even though I was able to record some clips here and there, I could not edit. So I cannot look at my screen for long, either phone screen or laptop screen. And for now, I'm the only one doing my editing. And so since I couldn't edit, I couldn't post. And luckily for me, recently, I started looking for all those clips and I couldn't find them. Most of them. I couldn't find them. So it is well. Anyway, so this is the reason why he's a baby boy, our second. And I had to take that long break. He's currently sleeping, so I'm just going to lay him here while I continue with the video. And so we are going to be going back to the status quo. Permit me to say Happy New Year, even though I've already posted a video this year. Happy New Year to you all. Welcome to 2023. And as usual in our videos, you will need something to drink. I am having water today, so get yourself something to drink, make yourself comfortable, and let's get into the video. Now, many men have left very beautiful ladies that they were dating because of the character of the lady, because of how she talked to him, because of how she treated him. And so even though she loved him and he also loved her with all the love in his heart, he still leaves because he cannot imagine himself being treated that way for a lifetime. And so even though he still loves her, he just had to leave. It's usually a very painful separation because he knows he cannot help it. He can't help the woman. That is something she will have to work on herself. And he can't wait for her to do the work because maybe she has not recognized that she needs to do that work in herself. And so there's nothing he can do. He just has to leave and start another relationship with someone else. Now, ladies, it's every fantasy of a woman to control her man, to control men in general. Many women have gone to great lengths to find out how to get control or to gain control over men, and specifically over their men. Now, you don't need to go to any native doctor to give you any portion to put in his food because, first of all, we are Christians and we don't do such things. Secondly, most of those things backfire. But in today's video, I'm going to share with you what I have learned with my few years of experience dating and married, and what I have learned from other women that I have spoken to, people who have good relationships with men, good relationships with their spouses, with their husbands, the kind of men that are so happy in their marriages, but people outside are calling them, the term we use in Nigeria, woman rapper. But they are completely content in their homes. What is the secret of these women? Here is how to put him under your control. Listen carefully, ladies. The first thing you need to do in order to bring that man completely under your control is not to talk to him as if he's a child. When you talk to your man in a condescending manner, this is what happens. He rebels. He will now want to show you that he is the man in the relationship. He will begin to put you down. This is because his masculinity has been threatened by the way you talk to him. No man wants to be spoken to as though he is a child, even when they behave like one. So, if you are dating or married to a grown man, you need to be careful the way you talk to him. Address him as a grown man. Don't talk to him as though he's retarded. Don't talk down on him. That is what they call nagging. And believe me, you don't want to be accused of nagging. Do they forget when you ask them to do something? Yes, they do. And very often, true. But then there are ways to remind him of those tasks without making him feel like a fool. Use wisdom to broach the matter with lots of love and respect. You can make him know or remember what he has forgotten to do without spoiling your mood, without spoiling his mood, without spoiling your relationship, or without spoiling your day. In this house, my husband is the boss. There is no question about that. He is the boss, he is the king, he is the emperor, he is the emir, whatever you want to call it. He is the boss in this house. I treat him like a king that he is. And you know what? He treats me like his queen. Because action and reaction are equal and opposite. Okay. Oops, somebody is awake. Hello. It's okay. It's okay. You're not alone, okay? Mommy's here. You're not. Oops. Okay. I think I'm going to just feed him and we'll continue. So, there is no competition here. He's the boss. End of discussion. Number 2, you need to trust him. If I had a date planned with the girls and my husband says, don't go, I won't go. If he says jump, I jump. If he says sit here, I sit. No question. Now, we are both Christians, we both love God, and we are both spiritually sensitive. But sometimes, especially with my friends, my emotions get too involved and I do not see some things that I need to see. But when he sees the way they behave or the way they treat me sometimes, he will notice some passive aggressiveness. But because I'm relating with them with a very pure intention, sometimes I don't notice these things. And so when he tells me, this lady is not your friend, I have learned to believe him. Because trust me, ladies, when your fiancé or your husband tells you a particular lady you're very involved with is not your friend, you better believe it for your own good. Because most of the time, they are right. When he says that and I take a step back and see what he sees, I realize he is right. And now I need a drink. Number 3, you need to prove yourself to him. A friend of mine got married, and a few months after she got married, she called me to complain that her husband is not supporting her dream to start a business. Now, this is a man who has never seen you do any business before. He has never seen you engage in any business venture. Now you want him to invest a huge amount of money in your phantom business. I'm not calling it phantom. I'm not disproving her business, but it's phantom because there's no proof of it yet. Now, even I, as a woman, I will not invest in that business except on the grounds of friendship. And if I'm investing in that business, I'm telling myself, forget about the money, just in case it does not come back to me. You want the man to invest, but you have not proven to him what you can do. You have not proven to him that you can be prudent with money, and you want him to give you a huge sum of money to start that business. Now, in marriage, you don't know anything about each other. You don't know yourself from Adam. So both of you will need to prove yourselves to each other. Remember point 2, when I said trust him. The reason why I trust my husband on any comment he makes about my friends is because he has proven himself to be right many times. And so now I trust him. So if you want him to trust you, prove yourself to him. Prove yourself to him that you can be prudent with money. Let him know that you are dedicated to whatever task you embark on. Let him know that you are not a quitter. So start with the finances of the home. How are you managing it? Are you managing it properly? Or does he always complain about how you're managing money? So you need to prove yourself to him so that he can trust you. Another way or another area in which you need to prove yourself is, especially if you are in early marriage or if you're still dating, it's in the aspect of other men. Many ladies are very outgoing. They have a lot of male friends. And so when they get engaged or they get involved with one man, they still feel it's all right to be in touch with their exes. Many men, all the men I have known, usually are not okay with that idea. They are not. So you need to make him know that he's the only one in your life now, in order for him to trust that you are no longer playing around, in quotes, or you are no longer involved with all those other men. You need to limit your communication with them. I'm not saying make them your enemies. Focus on your man. Let him know that those men are not a threat to his position in your life. If any of them is trying to encroach into your relationship, cut off from him completely. So you need to prove yourself to him, because he doesn't know you. Some of you might need to work on your dressing, because maybe you have been dressing in a very revealing manner, and now he is getting married to you, or he is married to you. He might not be comfortable with that anymore. Maybe he didn't say anything while you were dating because, well, you were dating. But now that you are his wife, you might need to, tweak your dressing here and there and cover up as much as possible as a married woman. First of all, as a Christian woman, you need to cover up. You can dress decently and still be beautiful. He just needs to know that other men are not seeing what belongs to me. Hello, somebody is awake. Hello, boo. Hey, you. Hey, you. My boo. So, build trust. Build trust. Relationship is nothing without trust. Don't let him doubt you in any area. And the fourth point, many people will come after me for this one. The fourth point, ladies, you need to shut up. If you want to gain control over your man, you need to shut up every once in a while. You see these men, they are completely different from us. Their mindset is different. The way they reason is different. The way they approach issues, the way they approach problems is completely different. And sometimes when you maybe ask them to do something, or they're doing something, and you're privileged, in quotes, to be there watching them, there will be this itch in your body because of the way they are approaching it, the way they are going about it. You want to, like, shh, don't talk, don't say nothing. No matter how much or how badly you want to direct how they do it, don't talk. Shut up. If you're married to a grown man, you better learn to shut up. The fact that they don't approach it the way you will approach it, or the way you are used to seeing it, doesn't mean that the work will not get done. So what I say to you is trust the process. Trust the process and wait for the results. Most times they surprise you. They might not do it the orthodox way, the way you're used to, but they do it. And sometimes even better than how you expected. So remember I said don't talk to him like a child? You better remember that. When you're trying to, no, don't do it this way. You want to give him step by step. If you ever hear your man or your husband tell you, when you're trying to correct them or you're trying to direct them, and they tell you, I know, you better know that they've had it up to here. Learn to shut up every once in a while and just trust the process. Give them that respect that I might not understand. I might not understand how you're going about this, but I trust you to get it done. And then have your peace of mind. Even when I gave birth to my first child, my daughter, I had difficulty leaving my baby with my husband. He doesn't know that because it was a battle of the mind. I had to overcome it. So I didn't show it. Many times I'll just leave her with him, and I will go away. But my mind is battling. Can he? What if she falls? Can he? Will he? Can he? But before I got married, I've read a book that I wish I can remember that book. I've read so many books. I can't really remember where I got a particular information from. But it was from a book before I got married. and they address that particular issue. Sometimes, if you feel you cannot leave your child with your husband, you better learn to, because you will not always be there with them, or else you will never have a break and you will burn out. As a mother, you will get depressed if you do not allow your spouse to help with your child. So even with the difficulty, thank God I got that knowledge. I will walk away. I tell myself, no, he's got it. He's got it. He's going to do good. He's going to take care of her. She will not fall down. I have to be affirming it to myself when I am not with them. And guess what? He did okay. He did okay. He's a great father. He knows how to take care of children. So I'm just saying this because I know I'm not the only one with that difficulty, or I'm not the only one who had that should I call it a challenge? He never knew. If he watches this video, that's the first time he will hear it. He never knew that I was afraid of leaving our child with him. But he turned out to be okay. He turned out to be wonderful. So you need to shut up once in a while and let your man be a man. Now, if you are going to implement all these things that I've told you today, these 4 points, your home will be sweet and your man will be at your mercy. If you're currently dating or you are newly married, start implementing these 4 secrets if you haven't started already, and you will see how much your relationship will transform. Now, all we do, I hear that boys eat a lot. I'm experiencing it firsthand. All we do is eat, sleep, we play for a few minutes, eat, sleep, play for a few minutes. That's life. So, if you're here for the first time, my name is Jessica Daniels, and this is Breatheelegance Heart Talk. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.